Yes, you're good at
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Some issues with the mic should be sorted. How's the audio? Audio good? You guys can just give me. Okay. Good. Okay, let me get that music down. I'm actually gonna do it, yeah. Okay, just checking the audio. Sorry guys, we had a late start this morning. I just wanna make sure that everything is good before we get started. New week, new month. And we've got quite a bit to go through. Also, during today's session, I am going to go through the CFTC report on my Forex funds as well. That's something we're going to discuss a little bit today as well. And then obviously going to first start off with the weekly and the monthly outlook. And then as soon as Keeks is on board, I will get going on that. But let me know, how's the weekend been? You guys ready for the new week? Excited? Keeks, good morning, man.
Morning. Yeah, Chris, I think also before we even get into the analysis, I actually saw now it's a US bank holiday today. So I don't think we're going to get any high volume moves today.
Yeah, I'm gonna purely be using this time to go through our monthly, weekly and daily analysis. A lot of times you can get some volume during the London session, but obviously that's it. Don't expect too much going into this afternoon. And also take this time to discuss a little bit about the MFF thing. So I think it was on Friday we got the CFTC report, and I just want to go through that as well, and basically discuss what I think is going to happen, especially with the US prop firms, and where I think we are headed in terms of the prop firm space. So first going to do our analysis for the week and for the month, and then we're gonna check that out as well. So I think it's now a good time to go to the monthly. We can start off with the monthly and actually look at where we closed on the monthly time frame. I'm just going to clear out all of the analysis I've got on my screen, and obviously going to start off with the dollar. Just want to check today, Labor Day in the US and in Canada. But for this week, let's just quickly see what we've got going on for this week. Tuesday, not too much, just rate decision in Australia. Wednesday, also fairly light, just later that afternoon. On Wednesday, we've got some ISM services PMI. Thursday, also quite light in terms of news, looking like, I would say, average week in terms of releases, and then on Friday morning quite a bit of Japanese JPY yen news coming out, and yeah, that's about it. Unemployment rates coming out of Canada on Friday. So I would say a fairly straightforward week to ease us into the new month. And with that being said, I think let's start off with our analysis. So going on the DXY on the monthly, so this is a brand new monthly candle that's busy forming right now. This was last month's candle. I do think we need to note that last month's candle closed bullish. We're basically respecting this range right here, so I would say 101.67, that is the floor for the DXY. And if I look at where we still closed below this previous area of resistance. So technically on the monthly we are in a range. However, last month's monthly candle closing strong bullish, engulfing the previous month's candle, and I would expect as a minimum for us to retest 104.44. That is last month's high, and I am going to start off the month bullish on the DXY. And on a weekly time frame we closed bullish right up against a weekly pivot level, but if you really want to get technical with it, you'll see that we closed slightly above this previous flat body area of resistance. Also massive bottom wick, then pushed up, so I'm going to be bullish on the week. I also think we're going to see some massive moves, and also what I do like is that we're already pushing down, so that is quite a good sign for bullish continuation. The further we push today and tomorrow, the more liquidity we can get to come and break these highs. So bullish on the week, no bearish candle closures. Also what I like is last week's candle did not take out the previous week's high, but in actual fact took out the previous week's low. So 104.44, again, that's at monthly level I mentioned. As a minimum this week I think we can tap that, so I'm going to stay bullish on the week. On the day, bullish on the day as well. Obviously bank holiday in North America, but as you can see right here, closed above that previous area of resistance. However, we still closed below this area right here, and I do think there's a lot of liquidity resting above there. So I think once we start breaking these highs, we can get a move to the upside. 5-minute time frame. Also remember, Monday, Tuesday usually trades against the weekly range that we're targeting. So if we are bullish, we can expect some bearish moves today and tomorrow to basically create that bottom wick on the weekly for us. So currently trading below Asia lows. The daily pivot sitting here at 104, round about 104, so could expect a move down. Also, you need to think about it in terms of just real life scenarios. The US traders are not going to be online, so less USD transactions, so that will basically favor any other currency where there is not a bank holiday. So for instance, GBP USD technically should strengthen today because their trade is still open, so you can still buy pounds, you can still transact in pounds during the day. So just keep that in the back of your mind, that we could potentially push bullish on all of the USD counterparts. Monthly candle, let's quickly look at that. GBP USD closing bearish on the month. As a minimum as well, I would expect for us to come and fill this monthly bottom wick. Once we fill that, we can either find support, because on a monthly time frame we can still see that GBP USD is creating bullish market structure on the month, but ultimately last month did close bearish. I wouldn't necessarily say this is a complete bullish engulfing because the body didn't close below the wick lows right there, but still I would say bullish market structure, secondary market structure is bearish at this stage. Weekly we closed bullish. However, I am still going to go with bearish on the week for the fact that we did not hold any support levels. Let me just remove all of my drawings. We did not hold any support levels, and whether this is a weekly support being formed, we can't say that up until we get this candle closure this week. We can push up all the way to fill last week's high, basically this entire candle, or to come and retest this previous area of support, now resistance, to then break lower and do something like this on the week. So I am going bearish on the week. Just want to get our text back. I'm going to go bearish on the week with the outside chance that we start breaking structure lower, and on the day as well, also bearish. We have yet to come and retest this area right here, and I'm going to go bearish on the day. However, bank holiday, need to consider that in the US. And on a 5-minute time frame, let's just quickly look at where we are with our ranges. Currently trading above the Asia highs. I just need to reset our weekly pivot levels as well, because that's going to be quite key. Our weekly pivot right there. Weekly R1. Alright, so 126.32 weekly pivot level. That's going to be the make or break if we're going to continue lower or if we're going to continue higher. But currently trading above Asia highs. I think after the open, if we can hold Asia highs, I would like to get into some buys. Also a round number to come and target this area right here, somewhere there. So I am going with buys on GU, even though my daily bias is bearish. Gold. Let's quickly have a look at gold monthly time frame. All right, monthly is a little bit tricky. We've basically found support right here. We have now created a resistance right there on the monthly. But here's my thing, look at this big bottom wick. So on a monthly time frame, I would say we could target a wick fill all the way down here. That's $58 on the month. I'm going to go bearish on the month for that wick fill on a weekly time frame. Bullish on the week, little to no bottom wick on this current weekly candle. So weekly again, bullish. I do think we can still come and test that area unless we do something like this week to come and break that structure low right there. But bullish on the week. I'm going to remain bullish. And on the daily time frame, nice little resistance formed here. And I do think if we fail to close above this level today, we're gonna get something like this happening. So on the day, I'm gonna go bearish due to the fact that Friday took out Thursday's high right there, closed bearish, closed below this previous area of resistance. Let me just mark that out for us right there. Closed below that area of resistance, and daily bias is bearish. Let's see where we are on the 5. Asia high is still intact, Asia low is still intact, so we're still stuck within the Asia range. I would say line in the sand for this session is going to be 1942.50, and I think we could consider something there. Other than that, already at the Asia highs, if we can break it, we can continue. But again, no major news today. Also, lack of volume. Pound yen. Morning everyone. Let's just start off with the monthly. Alright, pound yen, monthly bullish, definitely. As you can see right here, I just want to show you guys this. Monthly candle closed above this previous area of resistance. Easy wick fill to the upside. I do think if we start flipping bullish on this monthly, we can go and fill that monthly top wick. Weekly time frame closed bearish, quite a big top wick. I have to go with bearish on the weekly up until we find a weekly support level, and still closing above this previous area of resistance. And now potentially, this is not yet confirmed support. Just the fact that we're still pushing up here does not mean it is bullish. It's actually an inside week. As you can see, last week was contained within the highs and the lows. And remember, last week we were also bearish due to the fact that that candle took out the previous week's high and closed bearish. So I'm still going to go with bearish. Daily time frame. Let me just check where we are on the day. Daily is bearish as well. However, I would love for a daily candle closure below there. That's going to be quite easy for sells. But again, we closed bearish, but we closed above this area right here. So daily bearish, weekly is still bearish, and our trading range Asia lows right here. So already quite a bit of movement above the Asia range. However, I do think if we can come back inside of the Asia range, I would consider sells. Just putting it out there, I would consider sells if we come back in the Asia range. Almost I will do EU for you now. USD JPY bullish, similar to GJ. Fuck, no water there. I'll sort that out now. Weekly, I'm gonna have to go with bearish on the week. I'm gonna have to go with bearish due to the fact we took out the high and the low. We're creating some type of resistance right here, and we've got a massive wick to fall to the downside. So I'm gonna go bearish USD JPY. Daily, however, is bullish, still stuck in this messy little range right here. This is a range indeed. And daily, I'm going with bullish. And on the 5-minute time frame, still stuck inside the Asia range. I don't think we'll get out of the Asia range due to the fact that it is a bank holiday in the US, but we'll see. I think anything below Asia lows, I would consider sells, or any rejections at Asia highs, I would also consider sells. Nasdaq weekly is bullish 100%, so that bullish weekly is confirmed. Nice little wick fill, and I think we can target these yearly highs right there. I'm gonna go bullish on the week, daily time frame. Slight bearish tilt. I'm gonna go bearish on the day, up until we break and close above that potential resistance area right here, as you can see. So I'm going to be tilted bearish for today, and on a 5-minute time frame, let's see what we've got. Trading at the Asia highs, trading at the daily pivot. Accumulation distribution still pointing up. but let's see. US 30, and then I'll quickly run through EU. 5 minutes ago, US 30 bullish on the week. Nice bullish engulfing. Remember last week I said I'm going to give it this week to see if we can respect that area, which we did. I think for the guys that know candle patterns, I think this is called a dark cloud cover, some shit like that, where there's an opening gap up and then you've got this, I don't know, dark cloud cover. I'll Google that. But anyway, I don't trade that. It's just from years ago. I know this is called a dark cloud cover or something. Weekly bullish. We've got that week to fill. Daily time frame is bullish.
That's not my business.
Daily is bullish up until we create a bear. If we get something like this today, then I'll be bearish tomorrow because that's a minor structure break. But on the week, I am bullish. And we've got this week to fill, 5 minutes. Let's quickly look at what we've got here on the 5 minute, 3 minutes will open. Asia high and low, trading above the daily pivot. Asia low right here. Asia high right there. I think this would be your best bet to buy around here if we hold that level. Other than that, nothing for me. And last one, quickly, EU. Let's just quickly jump to EU. EU. Okay, EU weekly bearish. It's not an inside week. I'm going to be bearish on this because we have yet to close bullish on the weekly time frame. Daily candle is also bearish. As you can see here, we broke structure lower. So the only way I can get bullish on this is, let's say we've got 2 bullish daily candle closures, something like this. Because then we can come and retarget these highs up here. Other than that, I'm going to remain bearish on this. And on a 5 minute time frame, almost, let's see where you can trade from. Accumulation distribution starting to point down, so starting to show some bearish pressure. I think what I'll do if I was you, just remember it is a bank holiday in the US. So you could get some relative strength on EU. Asia highs, I would say, is your best bet for shorts. If you come back inside of the Asia range, something like this. This will be your best bet for shorts. Or if we push all the way up to the daily pivot level and start rejecting there, and also have a case where your accumulation distribution starts diverging. And what I mean by that is, while price is making a higher high, you start making lower lows on your AD. That is it, guys. That is the analysis. I think we can ease into it. New month, new week. I'm relatively tired. I don't know why. I actually went to bed. Okay, not too early, to be honest. Keegs, how was the weekend? Weekend good?
Yeah, it wasn't actually too bad, just busy. It was one of those weekends where it feels like it was only like 15 minutes long. You blink and it's like, oh crap, it's Monday again. But now it was good. I must say I'm just excited though, because this weekend it is start of the Rugby World Cup.
Dude, I can't wait for that. I just need to get water before I talk. I don't know, I've got some cotton mouth here. Let me find... I'm just gonna put this up here, guys. We'll chat about it now. Just want to get some water. And we'll go through all of this. But I'm actually looking for... I've got the... There was a filing that I saved. Let me just get my phone here. Jeez, fuck, sorry guys. There was actually a filing done on this entire thing, the actual CFTC report. Okay, got it. Just need to send it to my phone, to my PC. And yeah, to be fairly honest with you, I think this is going to have an effect on all of the US-based prop firms. Do not think it's only MFF. I do think that you're going to start seeing some other US prop firms getting it as well. Prop firms are not going away, guys. Regulation is not bad. For anyone that's thinking regulation is bad, you need to think about it this way. If there's no rules of a game, and I'm not saying prop firms are a game, but think about it as any type of sport, any type of business agreement. If there's no rules, who do you think is going to benefit? Not you as the client, but the guy making his own rules. So it is going to benefit the trader that's using these prop firms, because from what I can see here, let me just send this to my PC real quick. By the way, anyone traded with MFF before this bomb burst? Anyone? I know Keeks traded with MFF. These live accounts with MFF. Anyone else traded with them? Enrico, good morning, good morning. Okay, this is what I wanna... Where's this saving to though? Javen, no, Jeev is not joining. He's got an in-person here at the office. So Jeev is not joining. Okay, let me open this up. Okay, this is what we're gonna go through. Put it one side. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Just gonna grab some water. I'll be back. Chris, we might see a push up for GJ to test 186 as we are on the daily time frame pivot, all pointing bullish. Yeah, we can. That weekly pivot, what did you mention? 186. Yeah, that's not impossible. 186. If you look at this entire move down, 186 could be close to the 50%. Oh geez, no, 186 is like last week's high. Neil, I can't be bullish while we had a bearish closure. Like, I understand we can preempt like this weekly candle can turn bullish, but that is not something I like to do. So it closed bearish. It's an inside week. It can go either way technically. On a daily time frame, again closing bearish. So even if I get the bias wrong today and we close bullish here, that's fine. We're also breaking Friday's high, which is usually a bullish case for price. So we're either going to fail at that daily high or we're going to continue higher. So this was Friday's high. So two things could happen here. You're going to see either a massive rejection here and we're going to come way lower, or we are basically going to take this level, we're going to hold that level and we can continue higher. But for me, I'm just going to go with bearish. However, I do take the lower time frames into consideration, and this is pushing bullish. But on the week, Enrico, we did have a look at US30. I think just go back on the stream. We did go through US30, but we can go through it again. Give me 2 minutes, Monday to Friday, 8:30 till 11, and I will see you guys now. Right, guys, I'm back. I think one thing that we can take away from MFF closing down last week is that you do need to diversify. Also, now is a good time to maybe get your retail broker account running. And I think for future reference, if you are a funded trader, try and save some of that money almost as a little nest egg. and put it into a retail broker account so that you do have a backup if something like this happens. Because let's say you spent all of the money you made from the prop firm and you don't have any funds now to trade a retail account, that can be an issue. Alright guys, let's quickly check where we are. Just gonna wait 5 more minutes. GBP USD, as mentioned, we can continue higher due to the fact there's no trade in the US today, so a lot of transactions are going to be pushed during the London session. Things are still looking relatively bullish on this. I cannot short as of yet, even though I'm bearish on the day. Gold daily pivot level, that's going to be your area of contention. GJ, nothing here for me, already so far extended above the daily pivot. The weekly pivot, we just reassess where we are on the weekly. Our weekly pivot is literally right here. Neil, interesting, this is actually the weekly pivot, Friday's high. Do we long from there? Do we short from there? Do you long and short? See which one runs. Kiggs, I know you don't trade on a Monday, eh?
I don't like to, but yeah, if I see like certain good setups and it is playing out like I would for the week, I will take it. But majority of the time, I don't. So, for example, like today, I most probably definitely won't trade because of it being a Monday and a bank holiday. I'll just sit it out. On that note, Chris, we were talking about this now, about your normal trading and stuff like that. I am actually thinking of flipping some small accounts again for fun, or even doing a challenge similar to yours. So I think you still at break even, eh?
Yeah, I'm actually challenge account still at break even, guys. I was up almost 100%, gave all of it back. I fat fingered that USD JPY trade on the challenge account. So after fat fingering that, and then I took the loss. When was it? Thursday afternoon. Took a loss on US 30 and back at break even. Correct, Neil. So Monday, Tuesday will for the most part either create the top wick or the bottom wick. Basically comes down to your market maker profile, where for instance you get something like this in a bearish scenario. So exactly the same will be on a daily time frame. Your daily will spike a previous day's high, basically then create bearish market structure on the lower time frames and actually break structure lower. That is why for the most part Mondays and Fridays usually tend to be the pullbacks. Coming back to the accounts, yeah, break even kicks, so hopefully this week we can bring it back.
You know, I was just thinking about that now because it's something you and me were talking about earlier. What major prop firms other than FTMO aren't in America?
I must actually grab that list. Where's
Because I was
that
thinking
list?
about now, like, I mean, your Rocket 21, if I think of
US.
the owners and all them, are they US? If you look at Leveled Up Society, that's US. Obviously my
Top
Forex
tier,
fund
I think
trader.
top tier as well, the US.
Top tier is also US. So it's like I'm thinking of it like if you want to go out of the US, who's like actually like reliable prop firms?
I just want to get that list. I think I sent it to Javen. FTMO I know is, I think they're Czech based. Let's quickly check. Czech Republic. Guys, quick question: the new Google search bar, is this like an update, or is it something that I set was usually quite small? Is your search bar also like that, Keeks? It's like massive, right? It's like this.
Oh damn. I don't know. I must have a look quickly.
Let's just check where FTMO is based. They don't state, yeah.
I think it's yours. Yeah, on my side, my Google is still small.
Is it still small?
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, as you can see, Czech Republic, that is where they are registered. So Czech Republic, I don't really know who's actually the financial regulator in the Czech Republic. CNB. All right, on that note, let's quickly run through this report. So this is from what's in the court case that's coming up on the 11th. Drawdown rule, okay, that's not something we want to go through. Okay, so one thing, charging the commission. So what they're technically saying is that if you're trading a demo, there should be no commissions because the trades aren't going through to an LP. And I think the big thing with what MFF did was they were saying that the funded traders were actually really funded, and that all of those trades went through to a liquidity provider, which in this case they were also the liquidity provider, so they were setting the market conditions for the trader. If you go to the next one that I only open up to why. Okay, let me just get the other one. Drawdown rule is there to cheat customers, not necessarily there are rules for the prop firm. Shit, but this is the one we did go through. Okay, so this is technically just B-book, this model right there. There's nothing weird there. Okay, here's the issue, 0.49. What my Forex fund stated is that they use a liquidity provider. So you cannot state that you use a liquidity provider, but in essence you are counterparty to all of the trades. So that is technically misinformation from a company. So you have to disclose. You can counterparty the trades, but as with any big broker, let me just show you guys something right here. And I think I have showed you guys this, but if you, for instance, go to any big broker, in their client documents, and you can go and check this for yourself as well. Let's just check. Yeah, legal documents. Just want to show you this. Order execution policy. Just want to give you guys some education on the broker space. It's going to be at the clearing section, the clearing houses. Right, here's it, execution venues. Although we may transmit your orders for execution to third-party liquidity LPs, contractually, Raw Trading is the sole counterparty to your trades, and any execution of orders is done in our name. Therefore, we are the sole execution venue for the execution of client orders. So what they are stating is they are the execution venue for your trades. So all of their trades are B-booked. If you go to XM, also a big broker, just want to show you guys this. XM. Any regulated broker needs to specify who's clearing your trades, who's the execution venue. And if they don't use LPs, they just need to disclose that they are actually taking the other side of your trade. So let's quickly go here. Okay, they stated quite clearly, for the purposes of orders for the security provided by the company acts as principal and not as agent. So principal meaning that they are taking the other side of your trade. Just see so none of your trades, if you're trading with XM, all of your trades, you're trading against XM. As simple as that. Nothing wrong with it, but it needs to be disclosed by the broker, and I think that is the issue with MFF. They did not disclose that they are basically the sole proprietor of those positions, not going to any liquidity provider. So I've got no issue with B-book brokers. I've got an issue if the broker is manipulating stuff. So check this. On the 15th of April, I identified a number of accounts using a bot to successfully generate profits. This is that slipped them to hell. Asked the advisor to put a particular customer on an aggressive profile. Trader Global employee wrote these accounts who signed up so high, so fast. Please alert us if you see them. This guy's done it twice. Last time we paid him 120k. This guy will take 250 from us. Very few losses. Okay. Their running P&L is quite jagged but consistent. So yeah, for instance, the guys at the EA that worked quite well, and what they said is slip them to L to make sure that the EA does not work. So again, trading is already hard. Why would you make it even harder by manipulating the conditions for traders? Geek, so well done for getting funded with MFF, dude. Obviously, they were throwing some hurdles there for the guys.
Boys got to represent, eh?
MFF making sure they pay the least amount of traders. I've noticed also Monday bring manipulation 80% of the time. Kina, not necessarily manipulation, it's just the fact that you're creating a top or a bottom wick on the weekly candle. So even if you are bullish for the week, somewhere during the week there would need to be some type of pullback. Secondary market structure to then continue the primary market structure. But Keeks, to be honest, if I see one more fucking guy trying to ride this MFF thing and trying to act like he's a financial advisor or like this specialist when it comes to compliance, like, yeah, I don't know why oaks are so hard up for some clout. Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about MFF and how they fucked up.
But you know, that's the thing, like my whole social media just blew up of all these guys basically bashing my forex funds. And I'm like, where's this coming from? Like, it's the first time, but that's why it's such a shock to everyone, because these guys are the best in the business. And these guys are going on as if these oaks were like trash the whole time, and now they're getting what they deserve. And
dude,
I'm
it's
just like, yo, you oaks ride the wave.
No, I literally put my phone away this weekend because if I saw one more Twitter space, one more flipping guy on Instagram making a video, like, my goodness. That's why I don't even want to talk about it. Also have a love-hate relationship with US 30. US 30 is pretty clean for the most part. I like the pair. I would say I've got a love-hate relationship with GJ. I don't actually know why I'm still trading GJ. Like, the times that it moves cleanly, it will move clean, and there's times where it's literally a shit show. Neil, I hope you know, dude, this could be the swing for the week. This is your weekly pivot level. No, but I'm actually saying, Neil, this could be your weekly pivot for the upside move, because remember, on the monthly time frame, I'm bullish. So GJ on the monthly, I'm bullish up until 186.75. The weekly time frame, as I mentioned, we can still close bullish this week. I'm just bearish up until we get a bullish week, and then on the daily as well, as I mentioned, we can create some type of support here. But who knows, maybe we pull back tomorrow, we grab the buys here because it is still relatively bullish. But I've yet to catch a swing in the last month. Something I'm going to be incorporating from next week is we are going to take some trades on US30 on the lower time frames, Asia highs. So for the most part, what I've seen is if we are bullish and we do respect Asia highs, we can get a push. Only thing I still need to refine for us is where we take off our first profits, because obviously it won't necessarily run to like a R1 or S1. So we either need to go for 1-to-1 and leave a runner, but for the most part, Asia highs, Asia lows is good for a trade. As you can see, also daily pivot. Only thing is you need to not be greedy. Neil, are you talking about the daily pivot, actually like the pivot here, the one for the session, or are you talking about the actual daily pivot, which is sitting down here? Guys, just to let you know, what's the name got his funded account on Friday. Was it Virgil or what's the oak's name? I don't know whether he's...
I wonder if you actually traded it.
I don't think so. I was actually asking him, but he got his funds on Friday. What's his name? Virgil. We'll do, I know, Alverno. Yeah. Alverno got his funds. Daily pivot. Alright. What is crypto doing, bro? I haven't checked crypto in a while. With everything getting so strict, just need to run through the disclaimer. The information and opinions contained in the stream are for educational and entertainment purposes only and should not be construed as investment advice. You should always consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Just to let you know, I am also a registered financial advisor and I can advise you, but you need to be mandated. If anyone ever says, Chris, you're not a financial advisor, how can you advise a client? The only thing though is if you're going to advise a client, the client needs to be mandated with you and you actually need to enter into an agreement whereby you provide financial advice and everything needs to be recorded and there's certain protocol that you need to follow when providing actual financial advice. Dude, have you watched Words of Wisdom's video on this entire prop firm thing? I don't know if he's clickbaiting again, but I see like some of his shorter clips saying, "Is this the end of prop firms?" But
I 100% think that's like the whole clickbait thing. I mean, like you said, I don't believe the prop firm space is going anywhere. But as you said, like, you just got to make sure they're playing by the rules.
Neela, so you're saying that if we come back to this level right here, Neela's going to do some R&D for us, research and development. So if you ever want to take a bad trade, you can call it a R&D trade, saying that you took it for research and development purposes, because that way you feel a lot better after taking a loss. That's what I used to do back in the day. If somebody asked me, "Chris, why do you have so many cuck trades?" and I say it was all done for research and development. Somebody had to do it.
Well, it got you where you are today.
A lot of research and development. I don't believe in losses. Only you either learn or you win.
Yeah, isn't CPI meant to be this week?
No, it's not the second week in the month.
Or well, wouldn't this be the second week? Because technically the first was last week.
No, CPI, I'll check now. Hey Chris, wanted to ask a question. How would one go about getting a job in the vault market space? Like, what do you do currently?
Well, I see we got PMI coming up first, so I don't know where CPI is.
And where are you based, Dorito Demon? Firstly, I'm all for I'm all for nicknames. Dorito Demon. I hope that's not your social media name, because I can honestly not take anyone serious with a name like Dorito Demon.
You know, I was looking at it, I was actually thinking like the funded trader, like they do those challenges,
Yeah.
like competition stuff, like maybe enter one of those. But it's interesting how they do it. I mean, you basically allowed a max cap of your lot sizes on indices and forex and so on. So everyone has to use the same amount of things. You can't over leverage. And then it's a month long, and obviously you still have your normal like criteria of a challenge account. And then at the end of it, like you obviously win challenge accounts for free, but also cash.
Who's doing that?
I'm thinking of doing it because it's literally starting now. It's a month thing. So if you start now, you've got until October.
With who's that?
The funded trader. So for example, like first place, like if you win, where was it now? Yeah, so fifth place is just a 100k challenge. Fourth place is a 200k challenge. Then third place is a 200k challenge worth $2,000. Second place is a 300k challenge worth $3,000. And first place you get a 300k account and $5,000.
I just want to check here. I just want to wrench Amos and some of the other guys' community.
Because you know what I rate you do? Like, one way you smash one of those trades out is like you just hold it. Like, you properly swing trade. So if you can get, like, for example, the low of the high of the week, and you get it in, and you just hold that thing till the end of the week.
Almost, brother, you will be the first moderator for the channel. I just need to get your YouTube URL. Let me quickly do that. You will have the ability to moderate the chat. If you see any offensive language, anybody that's out of check in the chat, you will be able to delete those comments. Almost just DM me your YouTube URL. So if you go on your profile, just copy the link in the top section. I must actually check if there's an option to click on the person's name. Ah, cool. No, I'm all for the social media names. I just mean like if Dorita and Demon.
These markets really aren't doing much today.
Dude, to be honest, I'm not dialed in. This entire late start I had on the day, mentally I did not prepare myself to take any trades, and also with the bank holiday in the US. And also my thing is I like to trade close to the Asia range, so this for me is a big no-no. Like already quite a bit away from the Asia highs, so the only trade that was valid though is UJ, I would say is a valid trade. But again, it's Monday, like 10 pips from there. Nasdaq already moving away. US 30 blasting away. Retest happened at 8. I wasn't at the desk. USD ZAR, that's the one I didn't go through. Let's check here on the weekly. Weekly bullish USD ZAR. Weekly is definitely bullish. Daily on Friday was bearish. Almost. Let's quickly wrench almost. Almost, well done, brother. You are the first official moderator on the channel. With a lot of power comes a lot of responsibility, my brother. May you use that power wisely in cleansing the chat. Almost, just do me a favor, send a message in the chat. I just want to make sure that it did actually go through. Silent, what I think about gold sells.
I think gold will sell, but not today.
Rita Demon, what is your favorite? We have opened up the offices. We already fully employed in terms of the team. But if you are on IB, alright, Amos, look at that. Nice little range there. Yeah, guys, Amos has been here from the start. He has also been a stalwart in joining the streams, and also very good attitude, very positive feedback in the chat. Neil send me your YouTube one as well, please. Neil is also... Just copy your YouTube URL, Neil. Send it to me on WhatsApp, please. Neil will be the second one to be wrenched. And the moderators are responsible for just keeping the chat in order. If somebody comes on, spams something. Laz, also send me your one. These are people that I know. And even though our chat has been relatively clean, we haven't had any bad players coming in there, abusing the chat, making false comments. The time will come where you will see that, and the moderators are just there to control it and to delete it. I'm seeing a big sell-off, but I'm waiting for a retest around the 1947 level. I think the issue with seeing something or waiting for a big sell-off is that you can miss the move up to that level that you mentioned. But for me personally, the week is bullish. 100% I cannot sell into 2 weekly candles like that. I do, however, let me just, no sells for me on this as of yet. Technically from last week, Thursday, I would say this is quite a big range. And what is interesting is you'll see that we faked out both sides. So we could get the drop like you guys are expecting, but both sides have been faked out. And we are literally in the middle of the range. So from here, either way, place your bets. Nila, did you send me? Laz, also send me your URL for your YouTube channel. But Dorito, feel free to come into the office. If you are an IB, I'm more than willing to help our IBs in developing your business. Come chat to me. Geeks, we're going to talk about Formula One this weekend.
No, that was a touchy topic.
My thing with, you know that saying that insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. So technically, we are all insane watching Formula One, expecting Max not to win. Like, that is the definition of insane. We are technically insane.
I must say, it was actually flippin' funny that Yuki DNF'd in the flippin' formation lap.
Dude, what the heck was that? Actually, we have a very boring circuit. It's only two places where you can really overtake, and with the cars running such low downforce packages, it's literally, do you check the Williams, dude? The Williams out of nowhere stuck in the top 10.
But I was just watching the end. I think the end was the most excitement. Like watching, I was actually hoping the two Ferraris were going to take each other out.
But Max, my goodness. Let's not talk about.
The whole thing is, if he wins the next race, he's won the championship. It's done.
Are you serious?
Yeah, if he wins the next race, it's game over. The championship's done. Then it doesn't matter. He can come dead last every single race.
Bro, but did did you check that even, let's say, Perez didn't score 1 point this season, Max single-handedly would have still won them the constructors. Like, his points alone are enough for them to still maintain the constructors championship lead. Like, one driver.
This is stupid. No, but yeah, and I think that's also the whole argument, where people were saying, like, because Lewis made the comment about, like, no team should ever be this dominant, and everyone was so upset. They were like, yeah, clearly he just forgets all the years Mercedes was dominant. And I said, no, but you have to remember one thing, like, at least when Mercedes was dominant, they were still losing races. They were
Yeah.
still fighting for races. They would win the championship, but they were still not winning every single weekend.
And there were
Where
tracks
Red Bull-
where they were not good. There were tracks where, even though they were dominating the season, at certain tracks they just didn't have the setup.
Yeah, where Red Bull, it's just like, he can actually start from the pits, and he will still win.
I'm also done with F1 for the year. Carl, yeah, look, I'm not a bad loser. Like, I've been a Merc fan all my life. Actually started McLaren while it was McLaren Mercedes, but yeah, obviously, like Christian Horner said in the one interview, is like, it's not for them to weaken their car. It's the job of the other teams to catch up, but bro, it's literally, it's hurting my eyes every weekend to know that Max is just gonna destroy everybody.
I was laughing. I see they want to sign a petition to make P2 the new P1.
Say again, they want to make?
They want to sign a petition to make P2 the new P1.
Do the only thing they need to do for the rest of the season, put Max in the AlphaTauri and put Yuki in Max's car, just for the up until the end. That will be fun.
You know, and the thing is, I've always said, like, I'm not a, like, anti-Max, for example. Like, I do recognize that he is a flipping good driver. And that's the thing, that if you put in that AlphaTauri, I still 100% back, like, he'll still be in the top 10 every race.
Yeah, dude, no, 100. He's a good driver. Like, we've discussed about this. Chris, do you have an Asia high and Asia low indicator? I do. It's this blue little one here. It is called Kill Zones. It's from some ICT trader that did it. But it's technically just from 12 o'clock in the evenings. I don't know why it's showing 1 o'clock here. Up until 6. I'm a guide dog. Manny BS. What the heck is that name? Tutanicium Mopusins the third. Alright guys, Monday we've already pushed up quite a bit. Let's see if we can press our finger, buy or sell on any one of these. I'm not keen. Mondays are usually days to stay away. Guess what my name is? Awesome. Manny Bulawayo Centeto Tutanicium Mopusins.
What the hell are you reading?
Notice the Zoic's name in the chat. Like, they actually have to print his ID on 2 pages just to get that name in.
Chris, so with regards to like seasonal trading, where do you think, or I'm sure with all the back testing, where are you mostly successful in the year?
I would say first part of the year up until June. We go through like almost like a low volume patch from June, and then I would say from this time till the end of the year, if the market moves, I'm fine. I'm bad with ranging markets. I think most traders are bad, or not even bad, like you just can't do anything. If you're stuck in a range, there's no movement. But if there's volume in the market, it's easily to kill it. I really want you to find Jesus. I'm serious. Look, this is a serious thing. My brother, this is a serious thing that we are trading here. If you want to evangelize, guys, I think firstly get off the stream and go evangelize in the street like Jesus did, spreading the gospel. Evangelizing on someone else's stream, nothing wrong with it, but nobody can take you serious if the first thing you come on here is say you want me to find Jesus. And the thing is, I don't need to find Jesus. Jesus is not lost. If you're telling me I need to find Jesus, then Jesus is the one who's lost, and he is not the one that is lost. I'm just letting you know. And you don't have to evangelize to me, brother. I've been saved for almost, 15, 16 years. So there's no veil over my eyes. But there's also a platform where you do evangelism.
You talk about that. I feel like that would actually be a thing. Like you could legit make like a social media platform for that stuff.
Yeah, no, look, I get it. Like guys want to evangelize, and a lot of times the first thing they want to do is they want to evangelize online. For instance, now somebody putting something on your stream there. But first and foremost, there was no social media when Jesus evangelized when he was on earth. The second thing is, even talking on social media, that is not evangelizing. It's like I mentioned to you when I ran a home sale, actually going out, doing home visits, praying for people, doing stuff in the street, evangelizing the gospel. But just posting something on social media, that is not evangelizing. And I've challenged a lot of guys to also say, like, you wanna say you wanna evangelize and make disciples of Christ, then go out on the street, go visit people, go to people that are sick, go to people that are depressed, go and sit and chat with them, go and evangelize, go and share your story, because the entire thing about the Bible is that the word of your testimony is where the power is. And if you, let's say for instance, got saved in church, you were bound by alcohol, whatever, porn, addiction, that got broken down, that is your testimony. That is what you can share, saying like X, Y, and Z, this is what God has done for me. He can do the same for you. I think we talked about it in the office, like getting somebody saved. Like people think that you need to take a person to church to get him saved. You don't have to take anybody to church to get them saved. You can get somebody saved right there and then on the street, preaching the gospel. What is the gospel? The gospel is the reconciliation of man back to God through Christ being the mediator. So if you cannot do simple street evangelism, and you first need to tell the guy, I need to invite you to church to get you saved, then my brother, you need to get resaved. So Manny, go and do that. Send me pics where you went out and evangelized. But don't try and steal a platform on somebody else's social media to push an agenda.
And mic drop.
Great, my brother. May the Spirit of God be on you, and may your words be that of God and not yourself. But yeah, I do feel there's a place and a time for doing that, and I do not deny my faith in Christ, like, not at all. But I do feel, I think I've mentioned it as well, especially in business, if you go and try and get business using your faith or trying to manipulate people using your faith, I feel that's completely wrong. That's why I always say, if somebody comes with a business pitch and they already start with, I'm a Christian and I'm a man of God, like, bro, run. Like, run as far as you can. If somebody opens up their business pitch with, I am a Christian.
You know, you said that, I don't know why. The first thing that popped in my head was we had the officer were talking about cold calling.
No, dude, like, if somebody, the guy that jumps the highest in the church is most probably the biggest scammer. It's that guy sitting quietly at the back that you can trust, but the guy that's there in front, that's jumping the highest, that's the guy you should not trust, believe me. I've served in church for a long time, and you get to see what it is weird, dude. Like, especially I think in the African scene, like, that is most probably one of the most lucrative businesses you can run, is a church. It's tax free. You basically use the word of God to manipulate people, and people just throw money at it, bro.
What was that one priest, that African priest, he went viral where he was spraying people with doom. To kill the bad spirits and all this crap.
I'm laughing now, but it's actually quite serious. The Bible talks about it, where if a preacher or pastor basically preaches for his own gain, like, he will be seriously judged. So that's why it's scary, dude. Hey, nowadays church is a business indeed, my brother. Church is most probably the most profitable business because there's no tax. And the best thing of all is you get people to serve for free in your church. You don't have to pay them. And you get to ask people money every single Sunday and during the week. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with giving to a church. A church should run. There's electricity bills that need to be paid. There's staff. Like, don't get me wrong. You should not give to a church, but some of these churches are, let's call it a little bit exuberant. Some pastor once made people eat grass. Dude, I've seen some weird stuff. Some churches throwing money on the ground. The pastors, they said, like, bring your money to the pulpit. And the pastors literally dancing on the money. They literally dancing on the money. And I'm like, my goodness.
You know, it might just be wrong here, but on my side, like, I don't feel like I'd 100% trust the pastor that rocks up to church in, like, his Ferrari or something.
But look, there was a time when I was, like, I wouldn't say a Christian extremist, but I realized, like, the Bible actually talks about you as a person can't, how can I say, open somebody's eyes to the gospel. Like the gospel, you can only preach the gospel and you can basically minister to somebody, but let's call it the enlightenment of the gospel is not something you as a human being can do for somebody. So you can preach how hard, you can scream, you can shout. It is not for you as a person to try and almost, I want to say, manipulate somebody into believing. Neil will be the second guy to be wrenched. Let me just see here. Let's see here. Settings. Gigs, I technically have you on as well.
Yeah, you can.
Nila, well done. You are now officially wrenched. My man Manny legitimately going out to evangelize after spamming the chat. If he pops back in the chat, then he was lying. Then you have to go and repent, my brother. Then you need to go and seriously repent. Neil van der Westhuizen will sanitize the chat with Amos, and myself and Keegan will try and sanitize poverty here on our end. That is the idea of the stream, to sanitize poverty. But guys, nothing for me. We've done a weekly outlook. I am very tempted at taking this USD ZAR trade.
Just push the button.
I think I should.
Just get that adrenaline pumping for the Monday.
Yeah, guys, this wish me luck. This is not financial advice. I think I am going to sanitize USD ZAR quick, just to get that dopamine out of the system for the week. Let me just see the spreads. You can park like a little bucky in between the spreads on USD ZAR.
Oh, yeah, this chat just makes me laugh. Oh, chef.
Is that Oak back? Is he back? No. Chris, how far with the challenge? Dude, I'm up 2.4%. I was up, not last week, the week before that, 5%. Closed the week down 2.5% last week. Was a little bit of I wouldn't say a bad week for me. Like, I took good trades which I closed out at break even, and the two trades I actually took were out of my time frame. It's literally that where you sit on your hands so long, you don't take a trade and you force it. It's honestly forced. Like I told Keegan, taking a trade 6 o'clock in the evening is not something I do. Yes, bro, I don't know what lot size to use here on this challenge account.
Let's just go with 100 lot.
You think 100 lot? I think I am
100 lot challenge.
Guys, this is honestly just to get this out of my system. This is not something that I would advise. Let me just see. I entered on the close of that candle. Oh, hectic. I can actually pump it a bit more. yeah, let's go another one. All right.
Just to clarify, when you said which account are you taking this on? The
Challenge.
account?
Yeah, so this is the funded challenge account.
Okay.
Guys, I took a long here on the close of that candle. 35, I would say around about 38 pip stop, just because the spreads are absolutely ridiculous. Still 1% of my risk, and I do think we can push bullish. We already took Asia lows, and this daily candle also has got no top wick. So I would say my break even point is going to be 1884 if I don't get stopped. But I would say that is going to be my break even point, which is also weirdly enough the Asia highs. So Asia highs break even. Let's see if we can get this to 1895. I'm either going to take a break even on this, or a loss, or a win. So I'm going to try and push this trade to 1895. That is going to be a nice 3.5% on my challenge. And then we can get that challenge done, phase 1. This is a trade I'm in. Monday, very low probability, but I wanted to click the button. This is the only trade that is valid. Relatively close to the pivot. Marmat, if you want to calculate your risk, you can basically, let's say if you want to risk $100, we can do it here. Let's say you want to risk $100 and your stop loss is 15 pips. You divide it by 15, so you can risk $6.67 per pip. And how do you get that? So remember, 0.1 is $1, so you can technically risk 0.67, so your lots will be 0.67 for a 15 pip stop, and that would be $100 stop loss, if that makes sense. So you take the dollar amount divided by your stop loss in pips, and remember 0.1 is $1 per pip for currencies. So here's the formula for currencies. It's basically dollar amount, $100 divided by your stop loss. There's not a divide here, but divide by stop loss. Let's, in this case, 15 pips. That's gonna give you $6.67 per pip. That is your risk. and you can literally then divide that by 10. So 6.67 divided by 10 is going to give you 0.667, and that will be the lot. For USD ZAR it's different, because I think the contract size on USD ZAR is not the same. Let me just check specification. Oh no, it is the same. Is it the same though? No. No, it is. Neil, GU trade, are you in a long or a short? If you are in a long, may the force be with you, my brother. Chris, do you use a personal account to trade, or do you use a business account? Personal account to sign. I use a personal account. The lady at Walmart kicked me out. Are you from the US?
On that, so for your account now you're doing like the flip, the challenge with your bonus, did you go 200 or 250?
I think 200 if I'm not mistaken. No, I think 250, bro. No, I'm talking cock. No. No, it's a 250. 250. Yeah.
250.
250.
You did ZAR, you did USD.
Yeah, I did ZAR.
And then a 1 to 500 leverage.
Yeah, that's a standard.
Let's see if I can flip some accounts still.
Lady at Walmart kicked me out. What are you gonna trade on your flip account? US30?
You know, I think I might, eh? I think like if I grow the account and it's at like a good point, like I'll trade like my pairs and golds and that on it. But I think it's time I make a comeback to NAS.
Hey. Thanks. Can you tell me how you do your taxes to SARS? I think you need to find yourself an accountant, and you need to chat to your accountant to see how you structure things. I don't want to disclose too much as to how I do my things, but there are ways, let's call it tax minimization. So get an accountant, chat to him. If you are making that much money, I would suggest doing it through a PTY. The only thing is, if you've got a PTY and you've got no expenses on the PTY, it also does not help. So remember, the big thing about taxes is it's all about income. and it's all about expenses. And at the end of the day, it's all about your total net profit. And that's your total net profit, that's the one that they tax you on. So if you've got all of this income, but you've got zero expenses, your total net profit is going to be a lot higher. So the entire thing with tax is you want to reduce your net profit. And how do you do that? You've got your car on your expenses. So for instance, on the expenses list, you can have your vehicles, you can have your insurance, you can have your office, or even if it's a home office, your utilities like internet, your phone, entertainment, like there's certain entertainment allowances, travel. Then at your vehicles, you also have the depreciation on your vehicles. You also have your logbook in terms of mileage that you clocked. So all of that, you can bring your total net profit down, and then obviously your net profit, you will either start off at the 18% minimum, or you will go, I think the highest is 60 if I'm not mistaken, and that will determine your bracket. Manny, you are legit, but I think if you continue to try and convince us that you are legit, we will unfortunately need to time you out and send you back to your prayer closet for you to go and pray about this situation. And then once you come back and you have found God, then you can stay in the chat. Nila, you said you took a longs. All right, little R&D here. USD ZAR. Can USD ZAR do some work for the lads on a Monday? Find out in the next episode. Quick, how do you turn a clock back? Nila, I think just time out our friend Manny there, please. Just send him to the gulag. Just time the brother out. Well, don't worry, I timed him out. Yeah, sorry.
I was saying, just remind me, I must show you something later with the Vault account.
Okay. Don't stress, I timed him out. If he gets back, he will just get blocked. So don't worry.
Did he genuinely come back?
Yeah, but dude, he's spamming. I don't know. It's literally the dude is spamming. Like I'm all for your faith and for Christianity, but like Carl mentioned, yeah, we're trying to conduct business. This is not a platform where I'm gonna try and sell you Christianity. It's also not a platform where I will deny my faith, but I do feel there's a time and a place for that, and now is not the time or the place. Like, we give credit to God for waking us up every morning, for everything that is done for us, but the Bible also talks about getting to work and working. So He's given us the ability, the wisdom, and the opportunity to work, and that's what we're doing. We're applying ourselves to our work and to our business to conduct business. But if your faith is stopping you from doing your work, then you also need to reconsider it. Because work is actually biblical. Chef Rolly, yeah, 4 hour. I'm on the 4 hour. You want me to check this flat body resistance there?
Okay, so we are locked and loaded. So from tomorrow, your boy will be back on US City.
Dang. Yeah, we should actually get that series started now. I'll get Mo to do a quick, we can do a video. Chef Rolly, so I don't usually go on the 4 hour time frame. I basically look at the daily and the weekly. Daily for me is bearish due to the fact that we did close bearish, but also we've got no top wick on this daily candle, so I'm taking a little bit of a chance here to see if we create that top wick. And if we create that top wick, we can potentially fly. But in terms of the 4 hour, I'm not too focused on the 4 hour. I do see one thing I can note is that we are printing bullish market structure on the 4 hour. If I look at my line chart, and currently the 4 hour is technically within this range right here. This I would consider a 4 hour range. So let's see this 4 hour, if we can close strong bullish above the Asia high, that would also be the bullish daily flip. Otherwise, we've got this minor range here as well, this range right here, which we can literally pennant. We can do something like this, where we squeeze and then from here get a move up or down. In terms of my strategy, you guys know I look at the AD and the pivot. So the accumulation distribution quite nicely bullish above the 200 EMA. And then also we have not taken Asia highs yet. We've swept Asia lows. We took this trade off this minor structure break here on the 5 minutes. So as you can see, this was a nice impulsive leg up. We had a nice correction down. I waited for some type of support to be formed. Once we formed that support, there was also a very nice structure break, and I think I shared it last week in terms of my templates on how I enter. This for me was the entry model, that break of structure. Dito Bodini, I don't know if I mangled your name or I said it correctly. I'm just going to run to the toilet for 1 minute. I'm going to answer that question. Very good question. And I just want to quickly tap off some water. Monday to Friday, follow us on Instagram. I will see you guys back right now. 1 minute. Tommy. Okay. What does it take to become a consistent, profitable trader? So I think the first thing, if you look at the word that you mentioned now, consistent. Let me not mangle consistent. No, that's not. Is that right? No, it's E-E-N-T. Consistent, profitable trader. So the first thing I want you to remove is that profitable. And right there, those are the two words that you need to become. Forget the profitability. Profitability is a product of being consistent. It is not something like we say, I am a consistently profitable trader. The first thing you need to do forget about the profitability, be consistent. And what do I mean by being consistent? Firstly, be consistent in the times you trade during the day. Be consistent in the pairs you trade. Be consistent in your strategy. Be consistent in your lot sizes. If you can do that, profitability is a product of that. Forget the profitability aspect, because that's going to put pressure on you. But if you can stick to one lot size, you can stick to one pair, you can stick to one trading session, I can almost guarantee you, and you can stick to one strategy, I can almost guarantee you that profitability will be headed your way. Alright guys, rejecting here at the session highs. Let me just see where we are. The spreads are so big, I can't even move stops to break even. Let's see. I'm hoping we can push through here. I'm gonna give it some more room to breathe. Amos, Chris, what is your daily pivot on EU? I wanted it to go to 810 before it moved down. Also remember, almost the round number for the guys that I have mentioned this before. My daily pivot is at 10810. But always remember the round numbers. Guys, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, yeah, no, let me wait. I'm not going to go break even now. DT, I hope that helps, but honestly, that is something that has helped me become consistently profitable. You have your down months, you have your down days, your down weeks, but ultimately I needed to have that snap out of saying like, flip, but dude, you're trading 5, and this is me talking to myself, you're trading 5 strategies. When do you take the one strategy, when do you take the other one? And then you've got this idea of you're going to have a hybrid strategy where you take this strategy, you combine it with that strategy, and then all of a sudden you sit with a strategy, none of them working. So just that consistency.
It's just not interesting, eh, for the challenge. You doing $100 to what amount?
$1 million. No, I don't put a number on it. I told the guys it just adds pressure. I gave myself a timeline, end of December.
Okay, that's cool. Because I was just thinking about this now. I'm thinking to myself like, okay, like what's like 100,000? I actually went to go look now. Just $100,000 is like basically $2 million. Yeah,
dude, if you can take $100 to $100,000.
Then you proper.
What's the first thing you buy? $100 to $100,000. Obviously a car. Be honest.
No, if I have to be like dead serious, I'm gonna buy like some expensive jewelry.
Jewelry.
Yeah, so just hear me out here. So if you look at like all the proper guys, like I'm not gonna go buy a crazy stupid car. Like I'd actually buy something nice. But for example, like let's say like 1.4, 1.5 mil. Okay.
A jewelry piece for that much?
No, the car.
Oh.
But I'm saying I'll buy like a jewelry piece, like a nice chain or something like that. For example, that's like 100k. Like let's just say, because I'm not. Once I officially do the challenge, then I'm literally changing my Instagram handle to Keegan G FX, and then I'm gonna have my chain with my new car. And I'm gonna stand on the car, and I'm gonna be like, "See, you bitches must like worship me now." You can't just do it as the car. You gotta have like the flex as well, like the diamonds.
Yeah, it's weird. But it sells though. It's
I'll go buy myself like a cheap Rolex. You know, like that's the thing. I'll buy a Rolex, but like the entry level. But I won't show people the actual watch. I'll just show them the box so they can just see like it was a Rolex.
there's a trader
And
doing
then
a
after
series on YouTube turning $100 to a mil. Alex G.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about. But then I've got to get like 10 bodyguards after that.
Yeah, Alex G. That's where we got the inspiration from. Alex G is actually on $27,000. No, 27 gigs.
42,000.
42. Sorry, 42,000.
Yeah.
Alex G on 42k from $100. I was actually
You know what's scary is it's literally been
6
months.
weeks. I think it's 6 weeks or a month.
Well,
Yeah.
like 6 weeks since you had the first one, but then you blew that one, and then since you restarted it, it's been like a month. Also, what did Donvo start at?
147.
$147?
No, 147. 147k.
Oh, okay.
No. It's just dude.
I was gonna say, if that man started at $147, holy crap.
Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and move my stops to break even. We are at the pre-market highs. And my thing is, I don't want price to actually stall here. I want price to make a new high actually break structure. I wanted to blast through these Asia highs. The only thing is if we're struggling here at the pre-market highs, it does not bode well for the position. I still like the position. Just gonna go ahead and move stops to break even. The only thing is like, like it looks far, but the spread, just to give you guys some relative terms, let's say this is the spread I see on the feed, because USDs that's literally the spread, the bid and the ask. So on my screen it literally,
You are getting killed.
Yeah, so you can't really, like, I almost want to say your break even technically is somewhere here. Like, you'll take a little loss, but just to give it some room. The other scenario is to set and forget, but that's not how I trade. There's
Don't worry, guys. I'm just gonna keep Chris busy, so I'm gonna make him set and forget.
No, there's times where I set and forget and get killed. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go break even on this, guys. If this trade is going to drive, it needs to drive now. We can't have it on a struggle bus here at the pre-market highs. I am break even on the trade. I honestly want to see some volume coming in here, breaking these highs right there. And then I really want to see, once we get to these Asia highs, I want to see this drive. Like, it shouldn't hold back. It should literally drive. If I see any rejection there, we're going back to that daily bias. So if we pop above here and massive rejection down, then it's not boding well. But I do think we've got some liquidity built up here, and I think we can fly through here. There we go. There we go. Nice. Yeah, break even. It is Monday. Let's just look at what USDs are did last week Monday. Last week Monday we pushed from the Asia lows. Let's take it from Asia highs. We pushed up about 120 pips. Just want to get some reference as to how this thing moves on a Monday. It's for us not to be ignorant. So Asia highs 120. Can we get I'm gonna go with 18. Let's go with 18.94, guys. That is where I'm gonna set my TP. The trade is risk-free. I'm not gonna touch it. 18.94. I'm gonna let it run. That is gonna be 3.2% on the challenge account. If I get that, nice. Then we're sitting on 5.5%. Then it's just 2.5% to go. Also, as I mentioned, I do not want to see us struggle here at Asia highs. I want to see us blast through. And let's see if we can get it. 8 minutes left to go on the stream. Maybe we even hit a TP today on stream. That would be pretty sick. Carl Davis, see you tomorrow, my brother. Have a great day. I think it's going to be a good week. New week, new month. Keegan is back on his challenge, or he's going to join me as we try and send it.
I think for myself, what I'm gonna do is, I think it's gonna be the biggest challenge I have done. But I think I'm like gonna take it down, like pace it, like literally sit down now and plan it out properly. Obviously, like the boxes I need to tick. But I think I'm just gonna do like a 2k to like 200k. But for example, if I get that before December, I'll also just keep it going. But that will be like the goal I want to set for myself. So not in the sense I'm going to drive myself crazy, but I just know there is something I'm working towards, because that's just me, like how I'm made. Like I need to know what I'm working towards, if that makes sense.
2k, like 2,000 rands, Madiba rands, or
yeah, 2,000 rand. Because I was looking at the dollar at the moment. The dollar is literally 1918. So I was like, I'm just gonna round it up, just make it 2k. So that way I'm gonna do 2k to like 200k. That is the bold scope of it.
And what will you be trading?
Like I said, so for now will probably just be US30 and Nasdaq. And who knows, maybe if I really get myself in, like I said, it's been so long since I've traded it. I think I really have grown as a trader since then. So maybe I bring some new skills to the table and really can push it. Then I probably will just stick to it. But if later on I do feel a bit more comfortable and I've got a bit more capital and playroom, maybe I'll move back over to gold and stuff like that.
Alright guys, myself and Keegan, challenge account. We're not challenging one another, we're challenging ourselves. 2k to... So Keegs has put a target for himself, 200k. I honestly think if you hit 200k, you should withdraw it. Like, withdraw it, spend it, pay yourself. Because there's always that risk of, at the end, you're gonna do something silly. Like, go full margin. And 200k is 200k, guys. We've said it so many times in the office, do not lose the value of a dollar. Like if you did your analysis, like even if you made $5, that is a win. You scraped your piece of the pie. You got your piece of the pie. Even if you make 100 rand, I still remember the first time, I think it was 150 or 200 rand. That was unbelievable for me. It was like, how the heck did I just make 200 rand online trading? Didn't have to work for it technically, because if you work a 9 to 5, whatever, but I feel that is I feel there is value in a dollar, and like we've said as well, you lose it sometimes, that value of a dollar.
I think that's a good thing, like you say, that all I got. Don't forget the value of a dollar, but also in the aspect, again, a key thing that I will always push it is, just the guys don't think we're like some hectic influencer trader. Like this target I am also setting in a way is something I've never done. Like it's something I haven't achieved. And for me personally, like trading is kind of that sense that it's got to push you. You got to be, if you want to be ambitious enough to reach the top, to be having the Ferraris and all that, like you got to push yourself. You're not going to be playing in a comfortable area. And in saying that, as a trader, you got to push your limits. You've got to see what you really are capable of and get better every single trade. And I think that goes back again to what Chris said about, honestly, like if you're losing, you should at least learn something from it. It's a research and development. But again, push yourself to really grow as a trader.
Yeah, I think it's like we talked about, how does a trader go from making, let's say you are making 500 Rand a month trading, then you made say 5k, then you've made 50k. It's like that natural progression. Like you can literally grow, and there is time. Like I showed Keegan the one guy on Instagram, Market Wolf, a guy I recently saw, and he looks like a genuine guy. What is it? Stock Market Wolf. So on Friday,
Stock Market Wolf.
yeah, so he trades options, and on Friday he had his biggest day, just over $1 million. And we actually spoke about it, weirdly enough, was it Thursday or Friday, where we said, how do you go from making, say, $10,000 a month to like $500,000 a month? And it's literally just that building consistently. And I've said it so many times on the streams, give yourself 5 years at least. Give yourself 5 solid years, and if you can give yourself 5 years, and then from there your growth is going to be exponential after that. The only thing though is you can take 5 years and waste it, like jumping in and between, like 5 years of consistent changing strategies, then you like here, there, trading this strategy, that strategy, trading different pairs, all of that. But if you can grind it out and tell yourself, I found a strategy that works, I'm going to stick to that strategy, and I'm going to slowly but surely start building my equity, that your equity curve looks something like this. And every time you're going to level up to a new level, you're going to increase your lot sizes, say once a year, maybe twice a year, and you will get there. Manny is back in the chat. I don't like to tell people what to do, but y'all should really try and talk about something more entertaining. Manny, seeing that you are the entertainer, entertain us with something to talk about that is more entertaining. Feel free to entertain us.
I'm just stating, I mean, I don't know about him, but I'm not necessarily gonna go on to a trading channel to go learn about designer clothes. So I don't know what he wants us to talk about.
Maybe something entertaining. I'm gonna get a race chip for my car, and I'm gonna order new wheels. That is pretty entertaining.
Just give the little flex there.
Just a little flex. No, but so here's my thing, Keeks. Do you think race chip first, then wheels? Because I'm almost due for new tires, so I want to get some new wheels.
Honestly, I would say like wheels. Like, be genuine here now. Like, I actually would go wheels first. But just purely because, like I always say, a car is like an accessory to your personality. So, like, again, a normal BMW, like, you guys kind of all do have the same wheels.
Yeah.
So changing the wheels not only changes the whole look of the car, but it really does add that spice of your personality to it. And I mean, you don't really need a race trip right now when the car is already fast.
I'm gonna get these wheels. I think it's Max wheels. They've got that M3 design. Where is it? Is it Max Motorsport? Yeah, Dito, I'm going to start flexing as well. I've got an M235 and an M340. My wife drives the M235, so I'm also going to start doing the FX flex thing. I deem it necessary, Keeks.
Yeah, your wife's got to be able to pull up on people and kick their ass.
Let me just find that wheel.
It's a case of if they can beat your wife in a drag race, then they can race you.
Let me just find. I want to ask your opinion on it. Here's it. And not expensive. I don't know what the quality is going to be, but these ones here, Keeks. You see the screen?
I actually have friends of ours that bought them. They're actually not bad. They're really not that bad.
I like the style, the style of the. And later on, if you get tired of the black, you can actually take it and they can machine off like the face, so that you've got that machined brush. So the rest of the wheel is black, and then just like this face area, they just machine that off.
But it's the same. There's actually a place, by us now on Cape Road, next to Ultra Liquors, where Radio Waves used to be.
Yeah.
I can't think what it's called now, but they actually redo your wheels. So like proper like respray paint your wheels, like any colors, like any type of material or look to it. And they do a proper job, because I was actually gonna send in my wheels because I'm tired of like the black now. So I was actually thinking going that like bronzy gold on the wheels.
Oh, I dig that. And then also you get like the CS style rim. This rim here, let me just show you. Something like that. Check your kicks. I like this style as well.
Yeah, that is nice. Actually, funny enough, I think those would actually look better on your car.
These ones.
Yeah. Like just the look of it. Like for example, like the body shape of yours. Like I think with the sleeker like lines and stuff on it, that would work better. Where those black wheels, they're very similar to like the M4 wheels.
Yeah, but I also want to get that kit. I don't know if you've seen the let me just show you the BMW M340 kit. The rear diffuser. Where can you check it out? Okay, I'm not gonna get that wing. Yes, that looks silly. That massive, like, but the other rear diffuser, then that side skirt, then this back skirt, and then also in front like that lip. Check that lip there.
There's actually a place you can get all these parts. I'm just see if they actually stock it for your car quickly.
But this I really want. I must just check because I think you need to get a harness as well. Free shipping to KwaZulu-Natal. I must just check. I actually asked the guy. Let me just see.
Yeah, I just checked this website and I actually have all the parts, like a lot of parts for your car. So I'll actually show it to you later because you can get it. They have the diffuser, side skirts, wings, car nods, lips. They've got the covers for your mirrors. They've got everything. You can even change your bumper to the M3 bumper if you want.
Yeah, in Port Elizabeth.
No, they're in Joburg, but basically all the car guys, we all get our parts through them. So like I have got parts through them, a lot of the guys have, so like they are legit. And yeah, that literally it's not long. Like if they have stock, it's two days and you'll have it. Oof, that's I must say I love is they've actually got the diffuser, the M3, M4 diffuser, the F1 style with that light at the bottom.
MS, now that you're talking about those kids will do well with potholes, I actually have to take my wife. Keegan had to pick me up at BMW this morning. My wife, we went for lunch on Sunday. She went through a pothole and I literally had to phone BMW because I don't know if you know, no BMW has got a spare wheel. That's why I have to have run flats on. So BMW had to come out on Sunday, bring me a little donut wheel. And I actually have to run now after the stream and take it to Rimride to see whether the wheel is buckled and for them to fix it. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's just a tire that got damaged. But yeah, the potholes are insane. Alright guys, we are still in this trade. I'm letting it run. I've got my full TP set at 1894. I do think we can weirdly enough hit this 19 level if it really starts running. I'm just gonna keep this on. Currently running at about 1.5% on the challenge account. Not gonna take anything off. It could be silly, I don't know, but again, I'm gonna give it some room to run. That is a trade I think very well done for the guys that took it. Even though I was joking around and saying I wanted to just press a button, it is a valid setup. Everything was in line. Nice little break of structure. Test on the pivot. Only trade I could take. Did she crack the rim? MS, I don't know if the rim is cracked, bro. Like, literally on the wheel, like after she hit the pothole, like I could immediately hear the tire deflating, and like where the tire and the rim connects, like now that you actually mention it, fuck, I hope it's not cracked. But anyway, that's why we've got insurance. But nonetheless, it's that pain of going through everything. But yeah, full TP set at 1894. I will update you guys tomorrow on this. I'm still gonna let it run. Other than that, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate all of you. To the guys that have been wrenched, thank you so much. Almost Neil. And I also need to wrench Laz quickly. Richard Lowry. That's a wrap, guys. Let's see if we can hit our first take profit. That would be pretty sick. TC, thank you so much, guys. New week, new month. Let's get ready. As Pastor TD Jakes would say, get ready, get ready, get ready. We will see you guys tomorrow.
And that is a wrap.
That is a wrap. Cheers, guys. See you tomorrow.